Mbote CHEZ.
Yefsabiso elokwamuke Precious azanan.
Kumbo yangai eza Precious elisiendembe naza mwasi ya Congolais.
Mbote CHEZ.
Davina azanan.
Davina aza mwasi ya mapamboli ya bele. Naza mutu ya motemo ya monene.
Mbote CHEZ.
Feneo azanan.
Feneo aza mwasi kitoko, mwasi ya mayele pe mwasi ya molimo.
Mbote Precious.
Mbote CHEZ.
Nalina tuno kesyo. Pona pusanao ezalaki ndengeni.
That's a good question. I would say growing up, I definitely didn't have like a personal experience where I would say, oh, this was, like a lot for me. But just in terms of how I viewed myself, that's what my complexion played a part in. At the time, light skins were getting a lot of mention for their beauty more than dark skins. And it obviously made me, as someone who is on the darker side, hard to think, oh, okay, like I don't have what they have. I have this skin, they have this skin, they're seen as more soft, I'm seen as more, probably violent and just aggressive. Probably because I'm a darker skin tone, but I want to look a bit more feminine, I want to look a bit more womanly. And that really did change how I viewed myself.
Mbote Davina.
Mbote CHEZ.
Naena tuno ezalaki ndenge ni ntango monaki ba produit wana ya kotela.
In my community, and when I was going to some of these African shops, Congolese shops, it's on the sales, like, to promote like women to, to bleach their skin, even for men to bleach their skin. If you do this, you'll look beautiful. If you look this, you'll look wonderful. How you look now, it's not, presentable. And if you're a lighter skin shade, that's when it becomes presentable.
Naliloba na yo, pona nini batu bachaka ba produit oyo?
For themselves to feel comfortable and for them to feel more beautiful than they already are. Some people believe that the stigma of when you're lighter, like 500 shades lighter, you're beautiful, you're powerful. But people don't already realize that already you're born that way, You're removing your identity of your blackness, and especially within the African culture, it's quite seen a lot that people would remove their blackness away from themselves, like it's quite sad as well because you want people to feel beautiful because like it's been said, black people have come a long way, so for that to happen is quite sad and unfortunate.
Relation na poso nayo ezala ndenge.
I'd say I've got a very good relationship with my skin. I always look after my skin. I always do my skincare. I always make sure I exfoliate, cleanse the skin. Growing up, I've always been into skincare. So when I've got my skin's good, I feel good. My skin looks good, I look good. So yeah.
Confiance nayo na poso nayo ezala ndenge.
My skin, it makes me feel so confident, especially when I know how to look after her, use the right lotions, the right moisturizers. When I use the right things, it just comes together. I know that my skin isn't damaged. I know I'm not using things that would harm my skin. To look after the skin. Don't use any harsh chemicals that may burn your skin or may change up your skin to the point where you don't feel confident. Use the right products. Find what works for you. And once you find it, continue using it. We're all young, we're all beautiful, we're all old, we're all beautiful. Let's look after the skin. Let's make sure our skin is getting everything it needs.
Products are banned.
It's illegal to sell any cream that claims to bleach or lighten your skin.
It's like she wasn't aware that she's not supposed to be selling this in the shop. We've just confiscated few, I think 6 or 7 of this skin lightening creams.
Skin bleaching creams are big business. A recent study suggested 1 in 3 South African women buy them.
Open that store for us. Open it or we'll break the door open. The fact that you're behind the counter, it means you're fully accountable for what is happening in this shop.
They are banned because scientists say if you use them, you risk getting skin cancer and other serious conditions.
So why do you think there's a rise in these skin whitening products? I mean, there's 525 products here from the raid.
It is a demand. It is because of a demand that is there.
Bote Gabriel,
Mbote CHEZ.
yebisa biso eloko moka mukie.
Gabriel aza mwasi ya qualité. Gabriel aza mwasi ya conscience et Gabriel aza mwasi créatif.
Yebisa biso eloko moko mususu.
Gabriel aza mwasi ya malamu. Growing up around skin, there was a point of time where I had a revelation about skin itself as having a covering. There was a moment where I believe it was summer, and during the summer times I would love to wear like things that would reveal my arms and reveal, and I really noticed the beauty in skin and how even just a short sleeveless top made such an impact and such an expression, especially in the summertime where your skin is more highlighted. I noticed that when I would moisturize, I saw myself as more approachable, I saw myself as more attractive, and I saw myself as more valuable. Like, I can remember those moments, and it really intrigued me because as a kid I was always a curious child. So whenever something catches my eye or catches like an understanding in me or something stands out, I always, I take it and I kind of run with it. I started creating like skincare, I started making my own like scrubs and stuff like that because I recognized it, that there was definitely a principle behind, taking care of yourself, and I ran with it. Now, when it comes to bleaching, I am Congolese, so in my community, I have seen products like that growing up, and I didn't really understand it at first. I just people are just like trying to, I guess, protect their skin. I just thought it was a moisturizer. I thought people are trying to make sure that their skin doesn't change. I thought that was stewardship. I thought that's how you take care of your skin. I didn't do it myself. I definitely did start to adopt a lot of principles behind lighter skin, and even growing up, there was a whole phase around how people, even in your own community, not saying Congolese people, but the younger generation would glamorize like a lighter skin tone. Growing up, seeing bleaching in my own community and also seeing lighter skin tones become praised in my teenager years, I definitely kind of adopted a mentality that if you have lighter skin, then you're already beautiful, and that's really it. The stewardship of skin was definitely tainted, and even the stewardship of yourself as well. And although that message was being predominantly pushed at a young age, like maybe 13 years old, there still was a lot of propaganda that was trying to come out for skin inclusivity, and there will be a darker skinned person that you don't really understand why they're so attractive. It was all about stewardship, how they would take care of their skin, how they would take care of their hair. I was influencing, but I was being influenced at the same time, more so being influenced. I definitely didn't understand the message of stewardship. I thought, just having a shower was okay, or I thought, just applying a cream was okay. There's levels to stewardship, such as something like sunscreen. That should have been a message. Sunscreen in itself should have been a primary topic when it comes to stewardship in school, but if a black person was offered sunscreen, the sunscreen would leave you a white cast. So stewardship wasn't really a message in my community growing up as a Congolese woman. Being very ritualistic about your temple as a woman, I would say that wasn't necessarily a primary message growing up. Now I've realized how important it is in terms of your presentation and making sure that you have an established representation to the world, because there is a message that's inside of us. Everybody has a message that they were put on earth to send across. They were put on earth to communicate to people, and it starts first before you even open your mouth. It starts with how you take care of yourself, the knowledge you have on your background, the knowledge you have on where you came from, the knowledge you have on how to steward your temple. I believe the first message that's always spoken is the unspoken. So I truly believe that stewardship is more than aesthetic. Skin stewardship is more than what it looks like. It's a mentorship. It shapes values and it shapes communication. It truly does. What our anatomy testifies that we know people by their characteristics. People are literally looking to understand, who are you? Where did you come from? What are your values? And before you speak, they're already interpreting that. So understanding your skin and understanding that melanin is meant to be stewarded and not meant to be erased. If I can say anything to my community that are currently dealing with skin bleaching problems and skin bleaching issues and perception issues when it comes to their melanin, before I tell you how to steward your melanin, I would first say we are not idolizing melanin. Melanin is not the idol, but the message is understand what you carry and know how to steward it, because your message, your expression, your communication in life is understood before you even speak. It's understood by how your temple is organized. It's understood by how you as a person handle what you have been given. How to actually handle melanin, or what is melanin? So melanin is actually a product of the tyrosinase enzyme that is actually inside of our skin. Melanin is actually a protective hormone. It's actually very protective. Even in your mind, even in your brain, you have a melanin related molecule that actually is neuroprotective. It actually protects your mind, or protects the area of your mind. So melanin itself, whilst being a protective hormone, it does not like to be disturbed. It doesn't like to be irritated. Melanin likes to simply protect. However, when it's overstimulated, that's when we get hyperprotection, even aggressiveness, or hyperpigmentation. My advice to young women and men from my Congolese community and also worldwide in general, whether you're Asian, whether you're Indian, whether you're Japanese, Korean, my best advice would be to avoid harmful and aggressive products that will further irritate the pigmentation in your skin. Avoid products such as hydroquinone. People have mixed reviews about hydroquinone, but hydroquinone is an aggressive product that, whilst in use, the moment you stop using hydroquinone, your melanin was never actually taught to maintain itself. It was never actually taught healthily to not be overstimulated. You are technically muting it, you are technically abusing it to the point where once you stop using it, it comes back even more aggressive. So I would not say that that's a healthy relationship to have with your melanin and with your skin. And I truly believe that when you don't actually steward the things that you were given, when you don't actually handle what you were given properly, the appearance may look okay because you took a shortcut. However, the mental effects are there. You do lack understanding. You are more prone to not actually loving yourself in the form that you were, because there is a lack of understanding. If you don't understand why something is there, it makes it very hard to have a good relationship with it. So I truly believe that stewarding what you have with knowledge and intention is the best way to have the best relationship with yourself, with your body, with your temple, even your mind. So I would avoid hydroquinone, I would avoid any zinc related products, anything that is a harsh chemical bleacher. At L'Oreal UK, we create specialized packs, we create specialized product lists pertaining to your skin concerns and your skin type to show you how to steward your skin Monday to Sunday also. These are all products that has been tested out on me, that has been tested out on people. So if you're ready to start this skin journey where you're more conscious, more intentional about how to steward your melanin, not only on your face, but holistically on your entire body, building that good relationship with your body and your temple, I definitely recommend, and you are more than welcome to start your journey at Chez Royale with L'Oreal UK.